Okay, let's see like the rest of this drama.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. So today we're going to be talking about some
This is
drama
over on
involving
Reddit.
the YouTuber Markiplier. Now, he's someone who doesn't need any sort of an introduction. He's an OG on the YouTube scene. He's a very well-liked guy and someone who had a big impact on this platform. Now, he is also someone who's generally viewed as uncancelable. He's really had no legit...
So like, I'm gonna be real. So people were wondering like why I don't know Markiplier. It's because I don't, guys. I'm really simple, guys. I just like anime and games. That's it. If it's not like playing a game or watching anime or looking for mushrooms in the woods, I'm not really that interested. So that's why I don't know.
legitimate controversies. So you're probably wondering what's going on today that would lead to such hostility to the point where he's receiving death threats from a bunch of unhinged people on Twitter.
Death
We'll
threats?
get into that in just a second, but
There's no excuse for death threats, honestly. It doesn't matter. Really,
in my preparation for this video, I realized this is not the first time a bunch of people on Twitter...
Wait, hold on. They're giving them death threats over using ChatGPT on the stream? What?
to cancel him. Back in 2023,
Leaflit was in 12 when Five Nights at Freddy's came out. Dude, I've never played Five Nights at Freddy's, like not even one time. I don't even know what it is. Listen, guys, I don't know what Five Nights is. Like, I've never played it, but I can tell you what a Chuck E. Cheese is, and I can tell you that that when they play in the band, it is kind of freaky. If you guys ever been to Chuck E. Cheese, I think that's what Five Nights at Freddy's is like based on. They have animatronics in the band, and Chucky, the mouse, he like sings a song and shit. He's all dressed up and stuff. And there's a stage, and then they just hit a play button, and then the curtains the curtains unfold, and then they fucking sing and dance, and it plays music, and then you eat pizza. Yeah, I used to go there all the time. As someone who has not played FNAF, so far I know it's a what if Chuck E. Cheese robots were crazy and murdered people. Yes, it's probably like a childhood like thing where like a childhood fear from people during that era of like the animatronics coming to life, right? And it was kind of freaky, which is kind of true. But I'm not gonna lie, like I just played when I went to Chuck E. Cheese, I played the music games. I played Jurassic Park Arcade, and I scammed them out of pizzas on their Solar Spin because I was really good at Solar Spin. So yeah.
I made this video talking about several tweets where people...
I used to get free pizzas all day at Chuck E. Cheese because of Solar Spin. Anybody know what Solar Spin is? Is that like too boomer? Solar Spin? You were so ass at Solar Spin, dude. I was so good at Solar Spin. I was like, I would sit there and just get like free token, like free tokens, a shit ton of tickets, free pizza, free food, like all the time off of Solar Spin. It was great. Anytime I wanted food, I just played Solar Spin. That's actually true. My dad used to take me to Chuck E. Cheese with my brother, and if I was feeling hungry, like I would just ask for like the big pack of tokens that you get from the newspaper, because the newspaper clipping had like a coupon for like a bunch of free tokens. So you would go there, and my dad would buy me the big pack of tokens because it had like a bunch of free ones. Like it gave you like the coupon was like double tokens or some shit like that. It was double tokens. If you buy like the big pack of tokens, you get double the tokens, right? So my dad would buy that. He'd give me like half of it, give half to my brother, and we did. I mean, sometimes we got food, like if it was like a big like family thing, we'd get food. But then my dad would just like take me there, and he would just kind of chill, right? He would just kind of chill and like, I don't know, read the newspaper, whatever the fuck people did. This wasn't like smartphone land, right? You could just like watch shit on your phone or whatever, right? So you probably just read the newspaper or something like that. And basically, I was like, me and my brother, I'd be like, I talked to Skull. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you for the tier 2. Thank you, I really appreciate it. Thank you for the mum sub. I just be like, I asked my brother like, hey, you hungry? My brother, like, I'm hungry, and then we would just play Solar Spin and get free pizza. We wouldn't even have to ask my dad to buy us pizza. We would just get it for free from Solar Spin. Yeah.
accusing Markiplier of being a white supremacist and a Nazi due to his association with PewDiePie over the...
Wait. This isn't the AI thing. This is like another thing? Wait, he has like another thing that they're canceling him for? What?
years. In fact, this user right here would even call Markiplier an Asian man as white passing, justifying their ridiculous claims against him. But
wait, what? What? Wait. So he's Asian, but then they just call him white just so they can shit on him? That's hella racist, bro. Am I the only one that thinks that's crazy racist? That's like, the dude is Asian, but like, yeah, but you know, he looks white, so like we could, you know, whatever. Who cares? Like, that's crazy. What the fuck? That's crazy.
that happened back in 2023, and now we have this new round of controversy involving Markiplier, and it's all centered around AI. Now we have this Dex.
You know, I'm gonna be real. He kind of does look like Asian Keanu Reeves a little bit. Am I wrong? He kind of looks like, yeah, he looks like the Keanu Reeves of the East.
Certo headline
Bang the gong. Hold on, where's the, hold on.
here that in true
Holy
fashion for
shit,
them
dude.
is incredibly misleading. In fact, it got hit with a note because it's misrepresenting what he is saying, but this is kind of the crux of what we're talking about today.
That's crazy.
People heard some of his takes involving AI, some of his use of AI, and when I say
We're just gonna
use,
get called a Nazi for playing that.
I mean like 2 uses in his life.
I'm gonna be real. I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I'm so tired of just the Nazi bigot homophobe thing. I just transphobe, whatever. I just don't even care anymore. Like, I just don't.
AI.
These
and
people
now
are
they're going
retarded.
after him and misrepresenting his views on AI, and they're trying to cancel him. They're sending him death threats. It's a gigantic mess. Now, where this all began, well, there's many different
Yeah, if you want to talk about racist, it's racist to say that it's okay to get mad at him because he looks white. That's actually insanely racist, actually. That's fucked up.
But here's one of the first ones that really kicked it off. This person said, Markiplier, one of my favorite YouTubers since I was 14, is defending AI and uses it. And you can see this got 41,000 likes before, of course, it got fair.
I hope these people, honestly, I hope they stick to their beliefs and they never use anything that ever uses AI. I hope so. I hope they're actually principled in their bitching, and that they never use anything that's even remotely derivative of AI, that they never use it. I hope so.
Criticism, and you can see once that happened, they locked the replies. But this was the evidence, the main.
I hope that one day when AI cures their disease, they're like, ain't using that medicine because it's from AI.
Source of evidence that Markiplier is a big AI guy and he deserves to be canceled. It's him in a stream from years ago, literally asking ChatGPT a question.
No, that would be based, dude. It would be. Honestly, it actually would be based. If they actually did do that, that would be incredibly based, because then at least they believe what they're actually saying. I would respect it, honestly. 100%.
Hold on. Hey. I was just wondering if you could tell me what the protein profile of sunflower seeds is.
Yeah, hey, sunflower seeds are a good source of protein. They contain all essential amino acids, but not in perfectly balanced amounts. Typically, they have around 20 to 25 grams of protein per 100 grams. They are especially rich in methionine.
Also, one thing I want to say about AI, is, you want to know the dumbest argument against AI? The dumbest argument is that it's bad. And that's the reason to not like it, is because it's bad. Because, you know, that's not going to last very long. Give it like 5 years. AI is going to be fucking so good. It's going to be unreal in like 5 years.
Cysteine, but lower in lysine, so they aren't considered a complete protein on their own. If you combine them with other sources like legumes, you can create a more balanced amino.
No less than 5. I agree with you, Nick Hedoniak, on Kick, but I was being kind of conservative in my estimates. I was just kind of, you know, doing the big one. But I do think it's gonna be less. I think it's gonna be like maybe 2 years, to be honest.
Acid profile.
I didn't listen.
No worry.
Oh.
Yeah, don't you guys know? You ask ChatGPT a question a few years ago, your life is over. You have forfeited your human rights.
Wait, this wasn't even recent. This was years ago, and they're mad at him? What? Wait. They're against... for directly supporting AI research? But he believes that tech can do good? What? They're mad at this take? Holy fuck, bro. Dude. Tetraethyl lead.
Are canceled, and you deserve everything terrible coming your way. Now, that is one of, I'd say, 2 times Markiplier's ever used AI, at least publicly, right? And that's enough for people to go for his throat. Now, in the Dexerto headline here, like I said, there is a community note adding more context, and this article right here does a good job breaking down this controversy and some of the things going on. There's a little breakdown of why people are upset. So we saw the ChatGPT question. I know the horror of him doing that.
Okay.
But there was also another incident where he had a thumbnail that apparently was AI generated. And he admits this in a stream we're going to talk about in just a second. But that's it. He didn't realize the stock photo that was used for the thumbnail was actually AI.
Listen, you should use this for your thumbnail, Markiplier. I give you permission to use this one. You know, it's an amazing, like, this is such a good thumbnail. You should totally use this. This is peak.
Created, and he has now changed that. And beyond that, the only other things going on with AI is Reddit threads, the related subreddit for Markiplier, banning AI discussions because during these discussions, his moderators are being sent death threats because people have such a phobia of AI.
Dude, the anti-AI people are so mental, bro. Like, I can't, dude. It's crazy.
Look, I have my criticisms and concerns about AI.
You know what AI is kind of like? You know what it reminds me of, guys? It kind of is like similar to crypto, where it's like, can it be used for evil? Obviously it can. But like, conceptually, what's wrong with it? I guess is my issue, right? AI derangements and dude, Johnny, you know that's AIDS, right? AIDS.
And I share a lot of the views of Markiplier in this situation. We'll get to his views in just a second.
Awesome, man.
But people have such a phobia of the concept that they hear the word AI and they go feral, right? They think like if you have ever used AI in your life, which is probably every single living, breathing human being with an internet connection, they think you deserve the worst. And we'll see examples of that in just a second. But there was that situation. And then the final one is Markiplier supporting real good AI, which is kind of in line with what he's saying. He's concerned about the direction of AI because so much money is being pumped into it and a lot of governments and powerful entities are getting involved with it.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about, like, yeah, governments having, like, a big hand in that.
And he's worried that there's going to be unethical uses of AI. So that's really it. That's all that's really going on here.
The problem is, though, is that the AI cat is already out of the bag. The Pandora's box has been opened, if you will, and it's kind of too late. It's too late. If we say, like, oh, we're not going to do AI as a country, we're just going to get fucked by every other country.
Here, and it got so bad on Twitter that he had to make...
You could have made an argument years ago that maybe we shouldn't... Even then, you can't even make that argument. I was going to say you could make the argument that we should ban AI research, but even then, it doesn't matter because even then, like, the world would still continue to turn. If you tried to halt the progress of humanity, someone else is going to pursue it. And it doesn't matter who. And you should want it to be you, basically. It's kind of like nuclear energy, right? Or like a nuclear bomb. It's kind of like the creation of the nuclear bomb is like, is that a good thing? Probably not. along the lines of like, we discovered nuclear energy, and then it goes to like the nuclear bomb, right? And it's like the tech tree. And it's like, do we just stop teching there? Because if we don't, someone else is going to tech there, right? So we need to be at the top of that tech tree. Right?
A stream.
You won't win against innovation. Exactly what Ragnarok says. You're not going to win a fight against innovation. Exactly. If we don't do it, someone else will, and they might be way more nefarious than us.
Markiplier versus AI fight night, where he would talk for about an hour and a half about his view of AI and try to address the misrepresentations people are making about him on Twitter, and try to basically work through this and say, yeah, there's a lot of unhinged stuff. I hear some of your complaints, but let me make this clear. This is what I think, and it's very clear what he thinks. Here's a small clip. Obviously, it's a long stream, but here's one small clip giving a general sense of what he thinks about AI.
People actually think that I was going to come onto this stream shouting my defense of ChatGPT. Now, I'm not saying I'm unfamiliar with it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not denying the me talking about it. But what people seem to miss the context of, because it always comes down to that, is the context of is the vast majority, especially, and I will say, I can't promise at any point I was not excited about it, because as a technological development, there is a reason for some people to be excited about this. And it's not for...
Dude, it's so good. It's so good. Is it not? It's fucking amazing. It's like so perfect. Like, it's so perfect. Oh my God, dude.
For the reasons that you might think. I was not excited about it, because as a technological development, there is a reason for some people to be excited about this. And it's not for the reasons that you might think. I'm not shouting that, yes, it's great that it takes up so much power. No, there are serious medical advances, and there are serious legitimate uses to this technology and the research that is being done to it. However, right now, the main problem that we face is that every single company in existence and the governments thereof of the countries that those companies are in are all throwing billions and billions of dollars and man hours into building these AIs, which are not even real AIs. That's a whole nother subject that I'm going to get to at the later end of this stream. But they're throwing so much money into it that kind of laws and regulations go out the window. And I will say, what people seem to be saying is valid.
Yeah, so basically, to sum up that clip and really the rest of his stream, he's someone who supports good uses of AI, like in the medical field. And he also believes and has hope that AI can be...
Oh, good uses of AI, as in like they don't replace my job, but they replace someone else's job. Got it. Yeah. Typical. Typical.
Something that produces good.
Oh, AI takes someone else's job, but not my job? I like that.
For the world, if it's
Fucking
done
cringe,
in an
bro.
ethical way. He does
That's
not
actually
support
so cringe.
generative AI, and also he is very concerned about the billions and billions of dollars being pumped into AI, and also the involvement of governments and other powerful entities. And he's concerned that laws and regulations...
Astra says, that's okay, that's why I don't get it. It's the same thing. If you're gonna make the argument that AI is if you're making the argument that AI takes jobs away from artists, even a research AI takes jobs away from researchers. So
regulations will go out the window because there's so much money and power involved with AI. And honestly, fair. Like this reminder. People are going crazy on Twitter, threatening him, saying he's like this pro-AI shill, just because he's concerned about how far all this might go and how unethical it could be.
Wait, so he's not even he's not even that pro-AI, and people are going after him for being a pro-AI shill? Holy tetraethyl lead, man, this is crazy.
While also saying there is hope for good
Holy tetraethyl lead, Batman.
uses, and there have been good uses. And a lot of people use AI, whether they know it or not, on a daily basis. And honestly, this is another issue where you take a step back from the internet and realize like how terminally online a lot of this outrage is. Because if you go to the average person and talk to them about AI, they probably don't care. Okay? Most people, they think AI is great. They watch videos like this.
Yep.
Okay?
Love
I
it.
mean, some of them might think it's real.
Cute
Like,
as fuck.
videos like
love
this
it.
have hit Facebook Karens like crack hit the inner cities in the 80s. Like, they see this and they're like, are you sure this is AI generated? Haters will say this is AI generated. But you get the point. A lot of normal, everyday people, they do not have this sort of visceral reaction
That's so cute, man. What the
to
fuck?
AI. They're not too concerned about what's going on. So this is a very Twitter
Like, who gives a fuck about this? Like,
issue. And they have this kind of all or nothing. Like, if you support any level of AI, you're a terrible, disgusting human being. And in Markiplier's case, he used it for a thumbnail.
oh my god, it's a taco supreme. All right, listen, dog, you're doing it wrong. The sour cream goes on top of the meat, not on top of the taco. This is.
And he asked Chat GPT a question.
That's
And
the only disgusting thing about this video. Is like he should have been trained better. The dog.
now he's an AI shill. How ridiculous. Now let's return to this person. This was the person who made the original viral post claiming he's some big AI enthusiast and yada, yada, yada. But look at this, okay? They say this. I want to point out that I saw that Markiplier has addressed everything, which I am appreciative of. That's so much to debunk everything and talk about it. However, I will keep blocking people who are showing the smallest support of AI and those who continuously treat me like garbage. I am not going to stand for such ridiculous comments, insults, slurs, and terrible attitude being thrown at me. So this person is now going on a blocking spree towards anyone who supports AI
okay,
at
I don't
any
care.
level, while saying he appreciates Markiplier's message. Well, he didn't listen to Markiplier's message because he said he does support AI for good purposes.
Okay.
You didn't listen. And your phobia of AI has basically brain broken this individual. But, of course, there's some clips going around like this one where he's talking about kind of the general points. This is a short clip, but the reactions to this stuff.
Hold on. Isn't a lot of the stuff, though, from AI already illegal? So, like, for instance, like, if you took a person, right, and you photoshopped them into an embarrassing situation, and then you released it with intent to slander the person, wouldn't that be illegal? Yeah, so that's what I mean. It's already illegal. Yeah.
It's crazy. This person's saying, y'all don't give a F about black people or literally anything. Surprise, surprise. I'm sorry. 27,000 likes. I thought there was like a couple thousand. No, 27,000 likes.
AI is just a tool. AI can be used for evil and it can be used for good. A hammer can be used for building a house, and it can also be used for bashing someone's skull in.
Likes on this. Basically accusing this poster and Markiplier of being racist over his
I missed it. Wait, what did I miss? What did I miss?
actions to this stuff. It's crazy. This person's saying, y'all don't give a F about black people or literally anything. Surprise.
Wait, what?
Y'all don't give
What?
to this
What?
stuff.
What?
It's crazy. This person's saying, y'all don't give a F about black people or literally anything. Surprise. Surprise.
What? Why?
I'm sorry. 27,000 likes. I thought there was like a couple thousand. No,
What?
27,000 likes on this. Basically accusing this poster and Markiplier of being racist.
Wait, why? Markiplier basically said to people who are trying to cancel him, "You're mad. That's great. Here's my sense. I reject your anger towards changing it for the better." Is exactly why he did not deserve the hate he's gotten recently. But then he doesn't hear about black. Wait, what?
Over his takes involving AI. Because they believe it's causing damage to the environment and it's specifically harming black people.
This is like, have you guys ever met somebody who, like, there will be like a terrible situation and then they will just make it about them all the time? Like if you tell them like, oh, this really bad thing happened to me, and they'll be like, yeah, but you know, this really bad thing happened to me. You guys ever met someone like that? This is like that, basically. It's like a person that always makes everything about them. Literally everything. It's like anytime something happens, oh yeah, but you know what happened to me? Yeah, basically. Right. They're so full of themselves that all they do is talk about like what happened to them. Man, that's crazy.
So they're accusing Markiplier of not caring about black people. That is wild. And then you have other people
Well,
like
it
this just
came out of
making things up.
nowhere.
They're quoting that previous post, saying completely crazy things, saying, Markiplier, you don't get to say there's potential benefits with the medical field because
These people need to get over their fucking race shit, honestly. It's kind of cringe. I'm gonna be real. It's fucking weird. You know, like I don't get it. So one of the most common expressions of actual narcissism, like an actual mental disorder, says Shy. It seems like it. It's fucking weird. You know, like I don't understand
they're
it.
not using it for medicine, but also
They got like a massive boulder on their shoulder, like that person. Like, dude, that's crazy. To like make it like a racial thing, like that's what the fuck.
number two, you don't get to say that and then say, I'm not going to be talking about how the military uses it without...
Hold on, wait. There's benefits because you're not using it for medicine, but also you don't get to say that, then say I'm not going to be talking about how the military uses it without looking like a biased show. Well, what?
Looking like a biased shill. He did talk about it. Like, I know it's an hour and a half long stream. I know, like, Zoomers and all these people, like...
I kind of want to watch it.
They can't pay attention. A lot of these, like...
I kind of want to watch it because I'm interested in AI. I actually would love to watch that whole thing.
Starved people on Twitter, they can't watch anything that's more than, like, 30 seconds. But he does talk about that exact point that he's being accused of ignoring.
My biggest fear regarding AI, let's see. I'm not afraid of competition.
My biggest fear is nefarious genetic engineering, honestly. Like using AI to create like super viruses that are unbeatable, basically.
In the video sphere, I'm not afraid of that thing. I think that
because if AI becomes so powerful that like any individual person can create like a super virus, and then like, you know, they get that with like a CRISPR kit, and then they can just kill everybody on Earth.
My biggest fear with AI is that
that's way scarier than like a nuclear thing, right? Like a person creating a nuclear bomb or whatever, I think is a lot less feasible, a lot less damaging than a person in their basement with like a CRISPR genetic engineering kit, like using AI to create like the ultimate virus and then just release it up, ultimate virus, ultimate bacteria, and then releasing it onto like, because you can release that easily, right? And that would be the scariest thing, I think.
I mean, there's the military side of it. That's a whole other can of worms that I don't want to stress people out.
That'd be pretty complicated, but I don't think it's possible to do in the basement. I mean, hold on. You can buy these kits, honestly. This is $129 at the top. Yep. Cheap as fuck.
About it, right? I don't want to stress people out about that side. So let's just say that's a fear. We're going to put it over there. We're going to put it.
My fear is self-aware AI. That's also scary, but I don't think it's as scary as the scenario that I brought up, because the scenario I brought up can get. I mean, all I gotta do is point to 2020. Right? Imagine COVID, but then like it kills you for sure. Imagine like COVID, but like Ebola. Like if you took like the Ebola virus and you mixed it with you mix that with COVID, like imagine the two of them fused together. Imagine like how fucked that would be. It'd be terrible, right?
Just off screen so that we don't have to think about that too much. But I think
I mean, we already know. We've already seen what happened in 2020. So just imagine that, but like way worse.
My biggest fear is that people are becoming demotivated for it, or they're not pursuing their goals.
So here's another clip where basically Markiplier's crashing out a bit because, you know, he's tired of people misrepresenting his points, and he even mentions how a lot of this reminds him of the Honey situation. Now, if you're not familiar, Honey was supposed to be like this tool to help you get the best coupons for whatever you're trying to purchase online. And a lot of content creators, all the way up to Mr. Beast, were promoting Honey, but it turns out a tool to help you get the best coupons for whatever you're trying to purchase online. And a lot of content creators, all the way up to Mr. Beast, were promoting Honey, but it turns out it was a big scam. where they were manipulating your cookies to basically reroute your links, your code links, to a PayPal account that basically served as a way to steal the commissions from the content creators who are working with them. It was a very shady thing, and Honey basically fell off the map after that. But Markiplier was very vocal about not supporting.
You want to know something I did though is if you ever have like if you're ever shopping, here's my little tip, guys. Little you know how I hate paying full price? Leaflit hates paying full price. So there's a thing that I did is I made like a grok. I did like a grok prompt that only gets me coupon codes. So if there's like a site I want a coupon code for, I just ask that prompt that I made to get me coupon codes, and it will just get me like recent coupon codes like within the last 24 hours. It's pretty sick actually. Yeah, I do that if I don't have a code already, right? And then you know, Honey doesn't get a cut of it. It's like it just benefits whoever like content creator that I see first on the top of the list. Kabuki Robot, thank you so much for the prime. Thank you. Hates paying full price. A good trade for yeah. I hate it. I don't like paying full price for anything. Dude, but see, sometimes it kind of backfires a little bit. You know, like sometimes I'll actually spend more money to like get more value, and then I'll just be like, I'll just eat it later. Like I'm the type of person that goes to a restaurant and I'm like, wait, you mean I could buy 10 pieces of chicken for $10 instead of 5 pieces for 8? I guess I'm buying 10, and then I'll end up spending $2 more, but then I have double the chicken, and then now I just eat it later, right? But like I hate paying full price for anything. It bothers me.
Honey, but that's just a small point here. But we have this post, and more unhinged people would be commenting like this, saying, man, he fell off. We have some evidence of how Gen AI usage hurts nature and is actively poisoning people. But he's the popular Quirk Chungus Let's Player, so you can't speak out even though he already paid these crappy companies for a membership and used it frequently in his videos. And by frequently, they mean one time for a thumbnail, and it was by mistake. It was a stock image. He didn't know it was created by AI. But then they say this down here: get more woke or die.
Wait, what? What?
Is that a threat?
What the fuck?
Are you threatening him if he doesn't get woke enough? That's interesting. But here's another one saying, I understand why he's upset, but genuinely, why is he throwing a whole effing tantrum instead of sitting down and explaining his side like an adult? Well, he was kind of joking. You know, he was trying to be like fired up for like the purposes of entertainment.
Yep.
But, you know, he wasn't like this for an hour and a half. This is a 19-second clip. And you're using it to represent an hour and a half of discussion. He did explain his side. You just didn't listen. Instead, you go on Twitter and cry about a point that doesn't even make sense if you knew the context. Here's a similar one saying, grown man, by the way, throwing a fit over using AI and refusing to own up to it and stop. LMAO. Or refusing to admit that it's still wrong.
Dude,
anyways.
Dude, I have a take. I have a hot take. Even if I didn't like AI, like, let's say I don't like AI art, you know, generative AI art or whatever the fuck. Let's say I don't like that, and then a person accidentally uses it because they're getting, you know, they probably have an editor who probably got like stock photos, right, and then they just bought a stock photo because they're like, oh, that fits exactly what I want, and then they bought that, didn't know that it was AI. How is that his fault? How is that anything to do with like hypocrisy and him not liking? He just didn't know. As if like people can't make mistakes. Like the puritanism from these people is fucking insane, dude. It's crazy.
Y'all have got to grow the F up because this man doesn't know or give a F about you really. And yes, he's a piece of dog crap for using AI. Literally none of this is true. Literally, he apologized, he changed the thumbnail, he's talked about everything openly, and it's just not enough. It's not enough for people like this. They still think you're a piece of crap human for asking ChatGPT a question and using an AI thumbnail. That's it. You're done. You're toast. Here's another one saying, I mean, is it really a death threat if AI is actively ruining the environment and subsequently people's health?
What?
They're trying to justify the death threats over this guy asking ChatGPT a question.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. What? Is it because it uses a lot of power? So AI uses a lot of power, so it fucks up the environment, and like you're trying to kill people because of it.
People are so terminally online. It's actually insane. Here's another one saying, okay, so death threats are obviously bad no matter what.
But
how the F
how do you
can you
add a but after that? Death threats are obviously bad, but how do you add a but
publicly
after
use
that?
AI like a lot, 2 times, and then just say this to make it all okay? I just don't understand the logic here. If you're against it, why is it still being used like currently? Didn't happen. This didn't happen. People are mind-boggling, dude. People on the internet will drive you crazy because they will.
Rev, it's tetraethyl lead on top of people already being retards. They were retards to begin with, and then they would have been retards to begin with, and then the tetraethyl lead in like their and whatever in the air or whatever fucked them up. Yep.
Will say the most made-up, ridiculous stuff with their whole chest, and they just are shameless about it. Here's one last one saying, Markiplier is a cancer, and if you still enjoy his content in the big year of 2025, you're an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Log
Crazy.
off.
Yeah, log
You're
off,
in
dude.
too deep on this internet stuff. You
For real.
are not only calling Markiplier a cancer, you're also using this obnoxious terminology about the big 2025, and then calling people an enemy for enjoying his content. Log off, get some fresh air, realize none of this stuff is that important or that big of a deal, and just move on. This whole thing is totally ridiculous. The amount of misrepresentations of what he said and really anything to do with this topic is crazy.
To be honest though, Rev, that's the internet in general. Like the internet is just like this now. It's like the problem is the people are retarded. That's the problem.
Again, I think it's perfectly valid to have your concerns about the direction of AI, but a lot of people are sitting here on Twitter where the Grok feature is one of the biggest things, and then they're complaining about AI constantly and saying there's absolutely no way it'll ever function in a way that's positive, when they probably use it in a positive way in one form or another every single day. It's just the way it is. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
That's crazy. Like, there's so many cases of this nowadays. Like, there's like Trump derangement syndrome. There's Asmin derangement syndrome. There's AI derangement syndrome. It's like, you know what I used to not believe, chat? I used to not believe, holy fuck, how to make the best what? God, I lost my train of thought. Fuck! The AD just kicked in like so hard. Fuck, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say, chat? I forgot. I had a conclusion. I had a conclusion statement for this, and it fucking kicked in, dude. It got me.